Okay, so welcome to Wise Women Wednesday for Brava Women in Business. I'd love the opportunity to introduce to you to Kaye Cramond, who is from Grow, Cook and Store. Kaye is a culinary enthusiast whose passion for food was ignited at a young age. Picture this: a Saturday morning, a pocket full of coins and a mission to the local butcher. With her dad's guidance, welcome to Wise Women. Oops. Sorry. Here you go back. Sorry, introducing Kaye Cramond again. Kaye is from Grow, Cook and Store. She is a culinary enthusiast whose passion for food was ignited at a young age. Picture this: a Saturday morning, a pocket full of coins and a mission to the local butcher. With her dad's guidance, she would gather the essentials for her mouth-watering homemade hamburgers. Little did she know that this humble beginning would pave the way for an extraordinary culinary journey. Now armed with her culinary experience and the transformative benefits of Asea, Kaye is on a mission to inspire others to embrace a healthier way of living. Through Grow, Cook, Store and the power of Redox, she invites you to embark on a journey of wellness, one delicious and rejuvenating step at a time. Over to you, Kaye.
Thank you very much, Dia. Love to be here. So Grow, Cook, Store has come out of years of, as I said, of actually just trying food and discovery of travel. And so I want to impart that and actually create a legacy so that people, as they come through the ranks of the family, can actually leave the family unit and actually cook for themselves. So some of the actual, I just want to do an overview of some of the topics that I'll actually be covering in the classes as they come. Some will be live, which will be online. Some will be recorded and put into modules. And then I'll also be doing in home between 4 and 6 people at a time. So the ones that are actually at home based, give the person that is actually attending time to actually absorb what's being, and they can see what's being done, and then they can go away confident of knowing what to do. Just for argument's sake, with the sponge class, you can come to the sponge class, and then you might like to add on, purchase a couple of other cake recipes that you could do at home and take those with you as well. So we'll be learning about how to actually grow seeds from what you've saved from your own vegetables or that you've actually purchased, or seedlings. I have a unit like this, which is really good for inside growing, and then you can transfer them out to either a veggie pod or into your garden. The benefits of being able to, go and pick your own fresh veggies is absolutely fantastic. Cost is a lot cheaper to actually do it. The setup may cost you a bit to start with, but knowing that you can just go out into the backyard and get something from your veggie pod is absolutely fantastic. I like these ones and I promote these because they're actually you can stand up to them. They're wheelchair friendly and absolutely fantastic. We'll be doing water bath canning, which is an old process, is just new again. So you can either harvest from your own orchard if you've got something, or you can go to a farmer's market or buy in bulk. And this is where you'll be saving money, because you can buy seasonally and it's cheaper, and then spend an afternoon just canning, and then you've got those. You can make a pie, you can have summer fruit and veg in winter, so they can last on your shelf, which is another big thing for me, is to actually impart how you can actually have shelf stable food that you can pick off your shelf and make a quick easy meal. Pressure canning is another old fashioned but is new again, and that enables you to put food under pressure. And like meat, for instance, you can have, like canned chicken, meat, beef, pork, fish is just absolutely fantastic to have. Salmon, and you buy canned salmon and they call it canning, but it's actually done in a jar with a lid on it, but it's called canning. That's the process. We'll go over dehydrating. So the benefits of having something like that, snacks for kids' lunches, and you can take them hiking. It's light, easy, fantastic. Herbs go without question. You might have a whole lot of harvest that you've got at home and you don't want to waste it. You want to use it later on, so you can dehydrate them. You can powder any of these, so you can put anything that you dehydrate into a blender and have that into stock powder that you can use as in soups and etc. So we'll do, they will be another discovery. Different types of storage unit, as the name Grow Cook Store is growing food, cooking and storing food. So we've got to know how to actually store our food, whether we go into vacuum packing. There's various types of packaging, things like that I'll go through and talk about. So there's a variety of actual baking and different cuisines and different techniques that we'll actually be discovering. For instance, I'll be doing a Mexican class, and I'll show you actually how to use corn that you would think that, you would only use that, for animals to eat or whatever, because it's really, it's dried corn. But we actually put it through a process and we grind it, and we can actually make corn tortillas with it. And once you've actually had a real authentic corn tortilla, you won't go back to the shop stuff. It's just fantastic. So that's an experience that I'm giving you, as well as just learning. You'll actually have an experience, and to get that authentic taste is, you don't have to travel, but I've travelled there and I know what it's like, so I can impart it. So it's absolutely fantastic. My love of the Thermomix is, I used to be a consultant for 8 years and I've still got connections with that, but having a Thermomix or something similar to this, where you can access recipes, this can actually, you can set soup on while you're actually having your own main meal, and then use that soup to put decanter and take it to work the next day. So again, it's another appliance that I will use, but not solely. I want to be able to use different appliances, but also be able to just use hands-on equipment. I love fire cooking. So the big green egg is used a lot in our house, but any fire cooking, and also so fire pit cooking that I'll be doing a couple of a little bit down the track. I've got to get that organised and get but pizzas making and things like that can actually be done on the fire. The taste is just fantastic. Your vegetables, you don't have to have meat, you can do veggies as well. A lot of slow cooking vegetables, one pan cooking classes, things like that you can actually have at the beginning of the day and then at night. I'm a very big advocate of having food prepped, or know what you're going to have before it's dinner time. But you don't have to have sweaty armpits in the kitchen. I do not do that. It's like, no, I want to be planned. I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So that's good. Stock's really good to actually have on hand. They can impart a flavour into various sauces and things like that. You could just have sausages and veggies, but if you put a nice gravy on top of that, it just brings the flavour out. There's also added herbs that I use that actually, like astringent, you would put like a vinegar or something like that in, but there are some herbs that you can actually use that draw out more, and you'll learn about those as well. So I have a cookbook club. So if you'd like to join into the Facebook group, and I've got hundreds of cookbooks, and we just I'll just pick a cookbook and then go through some of the recipes and things like that with you, so that if you'd like to go and explore, go to the library, you know what to look for. Shopping tours, they're going to be looked at. We've also got wholesalers that I've got lined up to do after hours, just exclusive for my members, to actually go and in a one-stop shop, which would be really good. And this one happy lady, and she's learned how to make cake liner for your cake pans. So I want to be able to show you that in a minute. I can't see all my sheets, so that thank you. We've got the sponge making at 101, and that's going to be on Sunday the 23rd. And as I said, it's capped at 6 people. If you want to take a screenshot of the QR code, that'll give you the link for Grow Cook Store, and you can contact me and I can send you all the details. So it's now your turn to actually make a liner. So I've just got to stop the share. And yep. Okay, so now you've got your tin. You've got your tin, okay. You've got a square, a piece of paper. So if you just have a piece of paper, we're going to fold that in half long ways so that you've actually got like that. So if you can all make your piece of paper long like that. Then you're going to fold it in half again, so you've got more or less like a square. And this end here, where it's folded over, it's going to be your point. So what you're going to do is this top bit, you're going to fold down against the other line. So you've made a triangle. And then you're going to fold that top of that triangle down to this edge here. And you've made a very pointy line. Okay, so then you're going to get the middle of your cake tin, and you're going to put this in the centre of your cake tin to actually work out where the centre is. And you're going to put your line to that side there, so I know that's the centre. I put my hand here, and then I'll get the scissors and I'll cut across there. So I've just got a little pointy bit, and then I open that up, and I've got a round circle, and then that fits directly inside the cake tin. So that's a really handy way of doing it. You don't have to actually use the scissors. Yay! Go, Helen. If you found that it was a little bit big, instead of going around the corner, just get your scissors and clip around a couple of places, because that will then give you an edge inside your tin. But it's really handy. That's a good way of actually doing it. I just thought while I've got another minute, I'll just give a couple of things that I've got in my kitchen that I thought that are nice and handy to have. A jar opener. Now this one here is unbelievable. It's about $50, but I tell you what, it stops you going, can you open this jar for me? And I always have that. This is an absolute godsend, absolutely fantastic. Another one is the spatula, but having a long handle, and this is a narrow one. I find, I've got about half a dozen of these. I love them. Easy to clean, but they get right down inside. You're doing mashed potato or anything like that. If you did inside of a pot, you get another serve if you actually use that. So that's good. Another one is a roller, is a pastry roller. Could probably wallpaper with it as well, but I'm telling you, you only need it's really good for when you want to get in for your pizza or your pastry. Goes inside little pans as well. That's fantastic. I've got a little brush that you can actually use. These cleaning brushes are fantastic because they get into all those little crevices that you can't get into. Cleaning brush is fantastic. Oh, my absolute love is a cake scraper, like a bench scraper. But I use this for when I've done my veggies and I just scrape them all up and then take them to the pot or wherever I want to put whatever I've chopped up. You're using this as a vehicle. It's just that is fantastic. What else have I got here? Oh, and some tiny little funnels, a set of really baby funnels. which are fantastic when you've got to fill up sauce bottles or your vinegar or whatever. So that's all. So that's
Great.
all I've got. So my, as I said, the 23rd of July, if you'd like to book in, I'd love to have you here. You get to eat yummy cake, sponge cake. We've got the Victoria sponge with strawberries and cream, and ginger fluff, which is a ginger based with lots of lashings of cream, and tea and coffee, your beverage of choice. And yeah, come on down. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaye. And I'll drop the link to join her book in the YouTube link below. And when I get it from Kaye, you can have it from there as well. So thank